Hi guys, I'm Alexandra Levine with Alexandra Levine Health Coaching, and this is my buddy Jessica Altman. Well, we're not really buddies yet. I just kind of met her in the lobby the other day, and it was kind of a funny story. I saw her necklace, and I was like, "Oh, I really like that stone. You had a really neat stone on."
Like chakra pendant.
Yeah, and I really liked that, and we started chatting, and then out came this, "Hey, I'm a crystal healer," and I said, "Oh my God, yes! Please let me interview you for my channel."
Most certainly.
Yeah. So, why don't you kind of tell us what you do here in town, and then do you want to kind of how'd you get into crystal healing and like what is that? I'm sure no one around here has ever heard of it.
Yeah.
So.
My name's Jessica Altman. I'm with Ancient Way Massage. I do massage therapy and also a yoga instructor, and I am a certified crystal healer. I use all the natural stones that has been made by the earth, and I use their energy vibration to help realign the chakras to balance the energy within the body.
Gotcha. Okay. And did you have to go through like a training program, or did you teach yourself everything? How did you learn?
I started as a child collecting, pretty stones.
Right. Were you like
every little girl loves, pretty things.
Right.
So always started out, just collecting stones. Didn't really know a lot about them as a kid. Grew up. My mom's a naturopathic healer, so I've grown up holistically my whole life.
My mom is a naturopathic doctor. Yeah. So, but that didn't come until later in her life. So it's kind of like in the last decade. So like into my early adulthood is when I started getting a lot more holistic, like lifestyle wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up with the pieces here and there.
Gotcha.
And then the older we've both gotten, the more things we've both gotten into, and so I started out just more for the pretty side of collecting stones, and then as I got older, it was like, oh, hey, found a random book in a library. It was like, oh wow, these stones have properties. They have energy. And being with that as my background, it was like, oh, well, let's look into this more. Hey, Mom, how do we use these? So, a lot of people do, divining rods for healing. They also use pendulums. So crystals are in pendulums.
Right.
That's what that's where they first started being used a lot. As
Gotcha.
well as jewelry.
Okay.
A lot of the ancients use jewelry and have them in tombstones and properties. So it was just more, I started on the history side first, being interested, and then really went into their healing properties and found, I went through some schooling to be trained on how to do, I do crystal grids for healing that I also use with my reiki practice to kind of give it an extra energy boost.
Okay, so you're kind of drawing from a lot of different things when you help people.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Definitely the whole energy side of the practice is where my heart lies to help heal.
And I don't think, it was kind of hard for me at first to understand what it meant that, like, in my head originally it was like, oh, a rock doesn't have qualities. There's nothing energetic going on with a piece of dirt. Originally that's how I would think about it, but then I got like a Himalayan salt lamp, and it really helped me. And that's probably the first time when I understood that, like, something that's not necessarily alive, it didn't even ever have to be alive, but it did give my body something, and my body got a lot of benefits out of just having it near me. And I used to get real nauseous on the computer. I think I'm really sensitive to electronics. And I got my first desk job where I was like, for an hour at a time, I was on the computer, and I would get nauseous, I would get dizzy, I would feel like I'm vibrating. It felt really weird.
And that's a great time. You can use tiger's eye for that because it helps protect from
the
electromagnetic fields that computers put off.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so do you have suggestions? Like, what if I'm feeling, what if I'm feeling generally like depressed? I know winter is coming. It's a sad time for people around here.
It is a sad time.
You kind of lose energy. You're losing your focus. It's hard to, like, chipper up a little bit. So what's something that would be good for that?
The best time for that, always good grounding stones, the black tourmaline, because you really want to be grounded back, into the earth.
Gotcha.
And then more of the heart chakra stones. So you'd want to do rose quartz, anything in the green family, some jade.
Oh, okay. And, the Mayans used a lot of jade in their jewelry and things like that.
Because that's going to help open up the heart, and that's where the self-love comes from. So that way you can be internally happy.
Okay, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, and I know that I've gone into the Bead Angel. I'm
Yes.
sure you've been there before.
There are lots.
Yeah, they have, like, you could spend days in that store. And when I went in there, I asked just generally, I was new to stones, and I still am. And I just said, you know, I just need something that's going to help with my anxiety. I'm getting into a new business. I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm real anxious sometimes. And what's something that I can kind of hold on to that will, you know, make me feel safe, but also kind of physically help me, like, lower my blood pressure and things like that. And he kind of generally said, well, there's two ways to do it. You can look through this book, and certain ones have been recorded to do certain things.
Right.
Or you can just kind of, like, just feel around.
Yeah,
Just
go through and-
see which one you're drawn to.
And that's always the best choice. You should always pick a stone of what you're drawn to. Whether
Okay.
it's the color of the stone, you know, a lot of people are, excuse me, go based upon color. It's like, oh, this is my favorite color.
Okay.
There's something about that color that's healing.
Your
You know,
body needs
yes,
that somehow.
we all wear, like today, I'm wearing green. This is a heart chakra color.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be open and, you know, come from the heart to talk about what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Okay. Does
so-
it say anything if I wear black and gray all the time?
No, actually, those absorb all the colors, so that way you're not giving off your energy. That kind of helps protect your energy and keep it in next to you.
That's
instead of sharing the
interesting.
colors.
I don't know if you know Lita Tikal.
Mm-mm.
Do you know her? She does astrology work for me, and
Okay.
for a lot of people in town. She's a really, really neat lady. I'll give you her information. But she has told me before, I've kind of talked to her about the same sorts of things. You know, I have this anxiety. I get weird around computers, and she did suggest to me, you know, things that are really blue. That's just for my sign. The blue for my Aquarius soul, it really helps protect me. And she said especially if you wear it
Mhm.
like a blue jacket or a blue scarf or something like that, it can kind of help me feel more protected and like shielded.
And that's your throat chakra color. So
Okay.
that's going to be able to help you speak your truth.
Gotcha.
So when, you know, that's going to help with that anxiety of taking down the level of knowing what to say. So you're wearing
Okay.
the color that's going to help you be able to speak what you need to
Well,
say.
and that is a lot of what I get nervous. I get nervous that maybe I don't know everything, and
Mhm.
someone's going to ask me a question and I won't know how to answer it. That's like I'm not sure why, but that's, as an educator and as someone who's trying to help people feel better, that's one of my biggest fears, is like not knowing an answer. You
Well,
know?
and it's speaking in a tongue, not really speaking in a tongue, but speaking in such a way that they'll understand what you're saying. You know,
Yeah.
we can all say the same thing 10 different ways,
Right.
but it might not be in a way that they'll understand.
They won't
it.
pick all of them up.
Yeah.
Just one of them is going to work. Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Well, actually, I have an idea. I don't know if you're open to this, but I have some stones here,
Okay.
and they're in my bedroom. They kind of like look over the bed. But would you mind if I brought them out and you just
Sure.
kind of talk about a few of them?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. Take it away. I have no idea what any of them are except for this one. I know this is rose quartz.
And as we said earlier, rose quartz is a heart chakra stone, so it's great for, you know, that self-love, creating, and, you know, especially in a home, to create that self-love that you want within your own home.
Gotcha.
So I love
Okay.
that, you know, this is your own personal little crystal grid. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah.
can make crystal grids as elaborate as you want with thousands of stones, or you can make them as simple and decorative like this one, which I love. And I love
Gotcha.
that you keep it over your bed, which is, you know.
Yeah, I do. Well, it all
For you.
faces my bed.
So
Yeah.
I do believe this is blue calcitite.
Okay.
Um,
And just so you guys can see it here.
beautiful, and I love these are in raw form. So you can always find your stones smooth and polished if you prefer to have them that way, or in raw form. You know, so they won't be of specific shape or style or size.
Yeah, and for some reason, I just like even more, you know, some people like uniformity.
Right.
I tend to like a little organized chaos. So I really like that you know, it looks like someone just cracked it off the
Yep.
side of a mountain or something
Very
and handed
natural.
it to me. I really, really like that. So,
Blues are for the throat chakra to help you be able to speak your
Gotcha.
truth.
okay.
And this is citrine.
Okay.
Go.
This one I
do
didn't really
believe.
know anything about it. You know, again, he just told me to kind of go in. Every time I go in, he says, just pick whatever you're drawn to today. And I just loved it.
And that's the best way to go whenever you're choosing your crystals. You know,
Gotcha.
whether it's to be for a specific issue or if it's just because you think they're pretty. Because there's obviously something within that stone that you are needing at the time.
Yeah.
So, and the citrine is actually in the yellow
Mm-hmm.
family. So that's going to be in your solar plexus chakra.
Okay. And can you explain a little bit more about what that would do?
That is more of your gut instinct.
Okay.
The things that you're going to take.
Kind of following your intuition.
Yeah, following that intuition of that first response, your knee jerks, that's where that's going to come from.
Okay.
So it's just going to kind of help balance that out and keep it flowing so it's so it's not too closed or too open. So
Okay.
you can really believe, okay, this is my gut instinct to how I feel about a situation or a person, and really know that it's an honest feeling.
Cool. So if you're not like already into crystals, or a lot of what I'm doing with my health coaching is I tell people, it's hard to learn kind of how to listen to your own body.
Yes.
We've kind of been brainwashed out of it, I feel like, and it should come really naturally, but it's hard at first. So maybe this would be something for people who are trying to learn how to listen to their bodies and how to listen to their own thoughts and feelings and what they really want in life.
Yeah.
That could be something that could really help, huh?
Very much so.
Okay.
And crystals, you can, part of what I do, I can either lend out a specific set of stones for a specific issue that we're working on to help either open a chakra or rebalance it if you've gone through some serious trauma. I
Okay.
can work on those issues. Old traumas, from childhood, we all have those.
The issues are in
those
your
issues,
tissues,
yep,
right? Yeah.
that need to come up. And the only way to heal is to go back through them and to, unfortunately, relive them and then let them go.
Right.
So,
Gotcha. Okay. Well, this is the last one. What do you think about that? Is it smoky quartz?
and I'm not really sure because it kind of has a blue hue in it.
Yeah.
I almost want to say it's another type of calcitite.
Okay.
But honestly, I'm not really sure without having a
Yeah.
book to try to really look it up.
But it doesn't really matter because I
No.
was drawn to it
Yeah.
at the time, so
And
it
so
must
there's
be doing something
yeah,
for
there's
me.
something in it for you that you need, and that's
Right.
And stones are specific to people. Even though there's thousands of them out there, we can all go to a stone show and not pick the same stones because we
Yeah.
all have different issues to work on.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Oh yeah, when is that? When's the gem and?
It's October
stone?
24th and 25th at Washington Square Mall.
Okay, and that's gonna be awesome because they're gonna have thousands and thousands of
Thousands and
gems and
thousands of
stones
stones,
and
yes.
crystals there. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to go.
It's put on by the Evansville Lapidary Association.
Awesome.
Love going to that every year.
I've never been. I'm glad that you sent me an invitation.
It's one of my favorite. My kids love to go. They have a great time. They get to pick out stones. My daughter also has a very large crystal collection.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I can only imagine your home. One day we'll do a tour of your house and you'll say, "This is
I
this
have
rock."
them all over.
Yeah.
and I probably don't even know half of what I have in the house, so I couldn't pick up every single
It probably
one.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of have bowls here and batches there.
Yeah.
I have salt lamps throughout the house and in my treatment room.
Yeah, the salt lamps
Yeah.
did make a big difference.
They do. They're great for attracting the negative ions to help take clear out the negativity.
Yeah, I
Some
definitely feel like
negativity.
it clean. That's why I have plants and I have crystals and I have salt lamps. I have a couple little ones too, just around. I'm gonna have charcoal bamboo bags up too.
Oh wow!
To
Yeah.
fill, I'm just really trying to clear the air out because in the wintertime I get so
You
depressed
gotta-
getting locked inside.
Well, a
and
good way to do that, the best thing you want to do is put selenite in the corners of all of your rooms.
Okay, interesting.
Because selenite helps clear the negativity.
Okay,
So the room that you spend the most time in, I would get a small chunk of
probably
selenite.
the living room. We hang
Yeah.
out in here together
Yeah,
all the
just
time.
stick one in each corner, and you can leave it. And you
Okay.
should also clean your stones.
Oh yeah, so
That's
you
also
said I
good.
can do that with sage, right?
Yep. Take a bundle of sage, light
Okay.
it, fan the
I
smoke.
have one here.
Smoke over them, and just help clean them. If that's not,
So
if
this is a bundle. You can get it at a lot of places have it, but I know the Bead Angel.
the Bead Angel has it,
Yeah.
Treasures and Pleasure sells sage as well.
Okay, awesome. So just burn
buy
it and like
online.
waft
Yep,
it
just
over
waft-
everything.
Just waft the smoke right over it.
Okay.
Yep, and that'll help clear off what they've already attracted and kind of reset them, especially
Okay.
if you use them for intentions.
Okay.
It's a good way to clear the stone.
Well, and I've heard, I don't know if you've heard of this, because I have a vitality coin and it grounds me, but it also protects me from electromagnetic fields and all kinds of things like that. But I've heard, and I don't know if it applies to rocks and stones and crystals, but can you reset it by putting it just directly into the ground? Or
Yes,
can you
you
reset
can-
it on a kitchen sink? Because I've heard that goes straight into the ground. It's the plumbing that goes straight
the
in.
stones you can bury in dirt. I mean, even if you live in an apartment, you have a little potted plant, take a small hole, bury the stone,
Okay.
leave it in there for however long you feel is appropriate. It's
Okay.
not like 2 days for this stone or 4 days for that.
Gotcha.
It's whatever.
Forget about it for a month and
Yeah.
dig it back up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you know where you put it.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the important part. If you have a spot in your backyard by a favorite tree or a favorite plant, just bury your stones for a while. Put a little marker, something that or write yourself a note. Hey, stones are under this plant.
Yeah.
So you don't forget them. Is a good way to clean them. You can also stick them out under the full moon, new moon.
Okay.
For
And that's on the
energy.
27th?
The 27th is the full moon.
At 11:30?
I want to say around 11:20, 11:30 is
They
the
can
viewing
Google it.
time. Yeah.
Okay,
Check that
so
out for
on the 27th,
the
coming up in
eclipse.
in what's today, the 25th?
Yes.
So 2 days, 11:30-ish at night. Look it up, guys. But you can clean all the rocks and crystals and stones in your house, and get naked, build a fire, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a little clean too.
Go
It'd be good
dance
for
hot
you.
in the moonlight.
Yeah, it'd be great. All right, well, I think we're going to call it quits for today, getting a little inappropriate. So, I'm Alexandra Levine with Alexandra Levine Health Coaching. This is Jessica Altman. You can look me up on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever. I'll put the links at the end of this video, and then I'm going to put your links on there too.
Awesome.
So it's ancientwaymassage.com.
Yep.
Okay, and then I know you're on Facebook
You can also
too.
find me on Facebook.
Okay, awesome. Do you do any other social media?
No, I haven't gotten into that yet.
No, I wouldn't do it if I were you. It's a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and
It's more
very
than I can
frustrating.
handle at this point.
No, I know. Almost me too. I'm right there, But for you beautiful people. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. And
Thank you.
look up Jessica. She's super cool. Have a nice day, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.